After that, I'll do the explaining of the floor because I've been doing an explanation for each example, and then I'll explain about these tools that we have here and give you a tour of this modeling app so you can use it. So you can do your work easier at a higher quality. And the reason that I haven't been doing the project element by element is that they're all basically the same type and it would just take more time. But the basic explanations are pretty much the same. You just have to put in the time and the effort and progress according to the AutoCAD file. But also have this point in mind. Never have the AutoCAD file as an exact reference point for your work. Just take a look at it and then check the dimensions yourself. Because for sure there are some problems and bugs in it. There might be a mistake in the written number. The length that is specified here might be different than what you're going to need to use, because there could be some problems like a copy pasting issue of the number, and then you might repeat the mistake. So these types of errors occur a lot in the AutoCAD file. So now we get to this section of the plan. First, I'll open up the north view from here. And then here, for example, let's open up this level. So double click on it. So here on the plan, we want to place the thermal resistant rebars here. Therefore, I can go over here to the structure tab and then here select the area tool and then go over here and select this surface as our host. Alright, then after that, I'll select the pick line tool and then I'll proceed to draw right in the middle of these beams. For example, here and then another one over here. Alright, after that we have another one here. So we pretty much choose one from each, and then over here where we have an empty area, draw a line on top of it, and then another one here, and this one as well. And then we get to the side. Let me just modify this and then lock these two. After that, I'll select the pick line tool again and then draw another line down here. So these are in the same direction. Then I'll put another one over here. But this part has a console which we need to draw the beams for. If we actually get a look at the details in the AutoCAD file, let's see where it is. Right here. Right here we have the console. So we'll need to draw the beams and then model after that. So I'll select the align tool and then lock the middle part of this with the center of this one. After that, we'll go over here and I'll lock the center of this with this part. Here, trim this one as well and lock this one too. Alright, trim these as well. Alright, trim these and then lock this one too. Using the align tool, we'll zoom in here in this part of the plan and then lock this part with here. Alright, then trim these and then we go over here and trim this one with here. And in the middle here we have the box for the stairs and the elevator as well. So I'll go here and select the rectangle tool and then draw one right here in the middle like this up to this point, and then for this one right next to it, draw up to this point, then hit finish. So for this area here, there are going to be two rebar networks right on top of each other. And we don't need the bottom part, so we'll just uncheck it completely. And so for the top major bar type, we'll select the type 8, and then the same one for the top minor bar type, and put them on top of each other. Then we go to the 3D, and as you can see, they've been placed cleanly on top of each other. So then I'll go to the sophistic, open up the visibility, and OK. So here we have the mesh that goes on top of the thermal resistant rebar on the floor. So now I'll go to this structural level and make a cut over here. Then I'll go here and move the cut line down to this part. Alright, now open it up. Here I'll put this on wireframe and fine. And if I actually zoom in on this part, we can see it exactly right here. So now let's go back to the details in the AutoCAD file. Here we have the thermal resistant bar that goes on top of the joist. So our joist is over here, and select it. Just remember, when you try to do that, bring the mouse to the corner so you can select the actual network instead of the rebar itself. So if you actually take a look at this part, we have a big X over here, which is actually the official symbol for it. Alright, then we go over here, or instead of that, we can just hit tab. First, let me just open up the visibility graphic menu to see if I've checked the structural area reinforced bar. Alright, so now we'll activate it and hit OK. So we can actually get the CDX. It only shows up when you move the mouse to the corners. If I put the mouse over here, we can see it just for a split second. As you can see, it's here. So this is the network of the bars. I'll select it and then go back to the detail to plan. Right here, go to the additional bottom cover offset section. Here, add in 2 centimeters. Let me just change this one to 2 and the bottom one to 0. Alright, change the top to 1. Alright, there we go. So now we can go over here and select this itself and then open up the edit type, and from the assembly open up the material browser. Alright, so the pattern for the concrete is okay, and so click OK. Then here put this on, hit align, and the scale is going to be 1/10, so we can get to see it in full detail. So this is actually the rebar placing that needs to be on top of the floor, and it's pretty easy.